And so we know that there is a connection with metabolism and weight loss, and understanding those components of metabolism that really can help us live a healthier lifestyle. So Dr. Christopher Behringer with Owensboro Health, he's joining us now to kind of break this all down for us. We hear about this a lot, but I'm sure that we don't quite understand this the way we should. So let's kind of start with first, what do most people really mean when we talk about, or they talk about metabolism?
So they mean the amount of calories that they burn in a day.
Okay.
And the more technical term that encapsulates that would be total daily energy expenditure, your TDEE, and that's going to include basal metabolic rate, your exercise, and the other components like that.
And speaking of components, there's quite a few of them. There's actually 4.
Yeah, there are 4 commonly recognized.
Can you kind of break those down for us?
So the first is going to be your basal metabolic rate. Okay. This is just the calories you need. I call them your coma calories.
Okay.
How many calories do you need to just pump the heart, breathe,
just stay alive?
Sit in a coma, right.
Right.
And that's actually going to make the lion's share of your calories.
Really?
That's going to be about 70%.
Oh, wow.
For most people. The next highest will be your fidgeting, just doing your chores, going around, and that's called your NEAT, as in like making something neat. That's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, so just the activity you do that burns calories.
And we're looking kind of at the chart here.
Yeah.
So you can see, like you said, how big that first component was.
Yeah, and then that next one is your NEAT. That's just your fidgeting, and that can be anywhere between 10 to 20% of your calories. The next is going to be your TEF, your thermogenic effect of food. Okay. So it actually takes calories to convert food into energy.
Right.
It's going to be about 5 to 10% there. And unfortunately for many people,
that little bitty thing at the top
is your EAT, or your exercise activity thermogenesis. So the amount of calories you burn with exercise is actually usually the least amount of calories you burn in a day, because if you didn't exercise that day, guess what? You didn't burn any calories with your EAT.
Which is not a good thing, and that's what we want to increase, right? We can increase that.
So yeah, you can increase that. What's interesting though is that if you increase that, your body will actually decrease your NEAT a little bit.
Right.
So I'm sure you've noticed this. If you've done a very hard gym workout, you've maybe skipped a chore. So your body will actually kind of compensate in little different places, because your body likes to conserve energy.
Why is it important to kind of understand all this to help us to become healthier? Because that's obviously our goal.
So it's important to understand this, because there's a lot of frustration into why we can't lose weight.
Right.
I feel like I'm doing all the right things. I'm doing this sort of exercise and things, but understanding the proportions in this. And most of the studies show a lot of people pursue exercise as their primary goal for weight loss.
Right.
And most of the evidence shows exercise as monotherapy, or as the only thing you do, is completely inadequate.
Right.
It is good for weight maintenance and getting healthy in other ways.
Okay. So what can we do to increase our metabolism and perhaps increase our weight loss?
So in terms of weight loss, the easiest thing is a caloric restriction. It is eating less calories than you expend. And so that way you actually get consistent weight loss. The other is, if you want to kind of play into the one thing you have a lot of effect over, it is your NEAT. It is the things you do. Parking, at the end of the grocery store, walking down all the aisles. You're going to see a lot of things like wearing a weighted vest coming into vogue to kind of increase the amount of calories you just burn passively moving throughout the day.
And those are things that we can kind of incorporate and maybe become just more habits.
Exactly, and that's like taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
Right.
So this would be what's called increasing your physical activity rather than increasing your exercise.
Okay, that makes sense. Where can we go for more information, Dr. Behringer?
So you can go to the Owensboro Health website. You can look up the lifestyle medicine department that me and Dr. St. Prue are a part of. So yeah, that'd be a great place to start.
Well, we appreciate it, because you explained a lot to us, a lot of information there, and gave us quite a bit to think about. So we appreciate you being here.
Awesome.
And thank you a lot.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back. We've got some more coming up for you here on Lifestyles.